In conversation with Avril and Lucy. Get involved. Call or WhatsApp 0800 118 4099.
Okay, do get involved. Come join us in the chat room, transradiouk.com. Come and get your views across. We've got lots to talk about tonight. We do have lots of football stuff to tell you about. We're going to announce the winner of the football kit as well. But we've got lots of other stuff to chat about. And we've got a studio full tonight. So it's also, as we know, this is the Avril, Lucy and JP show. It's now, we have Phoenix in the house as well.
Wood.
Phoenix in the house.
In the house.
I've got to say, Avril did the finger thing then as well. No, like you get the where they do the finger like. Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did. I had to do it right.
So we got a full crew here today. Got plenty to talk about. How are we all? You all good?
I'm half left.
I'm funny.
It's always one, isn't there?
Yeah, no,
and
I'm
it's
good.
Normally Jason.
I'm absolutely melting. I'm swelled.
Like the witch.
She's melting.
Have a Solero.
Melting.
Have a Solero.
That means eating.
Oh yeah, we all know.
I think JP's at a clown for breakfast this morning.
A dead one.
So you all alright, guys? Yeah, good.
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah.
It's a bit hot.
Is it?
I'm just trying
To be honest, I'm not all that warm. I don't
I'm
know,
trying
maybe
to decide
I'm
which
weird.
kit I prefer out of the two new
football
potential
kits.
TRUK kits.
Yes, we've been chatting about that. We just had a little chat off air about the new Trans Radio kits because we've got a new kit on its way. And we've put out a couple of kits, haven't we, for people to have a look at. And there's a bit of voting going on. I'll tell you what the latest vote is. If you haven't seen the vote, head over to Twitter. I think we've also got it on our Facebook as well. Our Twitter for the football is TRUK United FC. So go and have a look at TRUK United FC. And we've put two kits out, haven't we? And I'll be honest.
Two versions.
There's two versions, and we're asking people to choose.
Didn't you do a vote on Twitter?
Yeah, so there's a current vote on Twitter.
Oh, is it still going?
It's still going, so we've got another day left of the vote. I put the vote for 3 days. We've had 132 votes so far.
All right.
I think that will go up shortly when I make it the pinned post.
Yeah.
And I must say, we in this house like the yellow kit first, didn't we have?
Yeah, we like the first one, which is the yellow and black with the white sleeves.
Yeah, same here.
But now
we're looking at them.
It's
on
really
Twitter.
hard. The more you look,
I'm like, I actually quite like the one that's more purple.
Can we have one design on the front and one design on the back?
Yeah.
Well, we could, but I don't think it'd be too pleasing on the eye. JP, what's your favourite out of the two?
I like the yellow and black and purple one with the white sleeves. But you know.
So go and have a look at our Twitter. It will be the pinned tweet a little bit later. Let us know what is your favourite. Be interested. At the moment on the vote, it's 70% to the purple one. So there's one.
And I've just changed my mind and gone for that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Did you already vote?
No.
Oh, why didn't you vote? Why have you only voted now? Because did you not follow the tweets? Aren't you part of the team? Isn't this your job? Like to
So we've got two kits. One's a little bit more yellow and one's a bit more purple. But what they actually do, the reason we've chosen these colours is because they're the colours of the non-binary flag. So both kits have got the 4 colours of the non-binary flag.
So good.
Which I believe will be, we like making a bit of history. I think it will be the first team to have a football kit based on the non-binary colours.
Good.
On purpose?
Yeah.
On purpose, yeah. I'll be honest, I don't think there's any teams that have got this mix of colours in their kit.
Probably not, but you know, there's a lot of football kits out there, isn't there?
Oh, there are, but I don't think there's a team that have actually just got the 4 colours of the non-binary flag.
Lucy's pretty good with football.
Yeah.
She does know a lot about football.
I wouldn't have a clue.
So at the moment, with 26.5% of the votes is the yellow kit, or the one that's predominantly yellow, and the mainly purple kit is 73.5%.
Wow, I think that's fairly.
Now, if that was Alison Bailey, the yellow kit would be winning.
So we will keep up to date with the vote on that, but do head over, and as I say, that is going to be our pinned post on TRUK United shortly. At the moment, the pinned post on there is how people can win a football kit, isn't it?
It is.
And we've been running this competition since August the 2nd, so for the last 9 days, and tonight JP's going to announce the winner.
I am. I get to pick the lucky winner.
The lucky winner.
Because it's not just the shirt either. It's the shorts and the socks.
Yeah, it's the kit, the full kit.
And there's more. There's an extra prize going to be included. A JP special. Yeah. It's one of the limited edition Dulwich Hamlet scarves from the match that TRUK United FC played against Dulwich Hamlet.
Not that you need it just now in this weather, but
well, I mean, you know,
the moment turns, that will be very useful.
Well, you know, if someone in you know, northern Canada wins it, it might be useful to them.
Yeah, very true.
Definitely.
But they're going to need them in the UK.
Or Glasgow.
It's going to be cold here soon.
I mean, it will be cold here soon. It's inevitable.
Soon, next week or something.
Yeah,
You know how it works over here.
I hope not.
So anyway, can I kick off with the TRUK United news? Should we get that?
Go for it, Lucy. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So, well, we've all heard the draw for the National Affinity Cup. If you are just joining us, the National Affinity Cup is the FA Cup of charity teams.
Ooh.
And we've been drawn against
Selhurst. Oh.
Believe it. And do you know why?
Why?
I have no idea.
Do you even know where Selhurst is?
I think isn't that a builder's trade company? Selco.
Close.
Are you actually kidding me?
No.
Selhurst is near Crystal Palace.
Oh.
Selhurst Park.
So it's fairly near.
The other
here.
side of Croydon.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you know.
I mean,
yeah.
How did you not know that?
Well,
It's just shocking.
people think I just look stupid.
Yeah, Selhurst FC will be playing them in the first round of the National Affinity Cup. Date to be announced, but it will be before the 5th of October. We're playing them at home, so it'll be at one of our chosen grounds. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. We'll give it a go, won't we?
Yeah.
As always, TRUK United always gives it their best.
We'll give it our go.
And do you know where that game will be? Which?
Because you've got 2 home
Yeah.
games.
Well, we've
yeah.
actually
Or 3.
we could play it at Sutton United. We could play it at Leverhead.
Leverage.
We could play it at Dorking Wanderers.
Dorking Wanderers.
Good job we're on the radio.
Oh. Sorry, Lucy. I mean, I'm not, but you know, just for effect. Anyway, so yeah, there's a few places.
There's a few grounds. It will be in the London or Surrey area. We could possibly play it at Dulwich Hamlet. There's lots of different grounds that we could play it at. But no, we probably won't play it at Dulwich because it's too near Selhurst. We don't want it to be their home game when it's our home.
Let's play Leatherhead.
Leverhead.
Yeah.
What's the furthest away? Leverhead's probably the one, isn't it?
Or Dorking.
Nearest to me.
Yeah, or Dorking.
Oh, right.
Dorking. Yeah. Priorities. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so we've been drawn at home to Selhurst in the first round of the National Cup. In other news as well, you can sponsor players, so that's cool. £25 to sponsor any of our players. You'll get the name on a website in the programme, so there'll be a programme for the match versus Selhurst at Leverhead. Yes, £25. And we've had loads of players already been sponsored, haven't we?
We have. It's been really...
Including you.
Yeah.
Including me. I mean, that was actually fun.
Line clearance queen.
You were snatched up.
And they were fighting over little Emily as well.
Oh, of course they were.
So yeah, I've been sponsored. Amy Butler's been sponsored. Amy was actually the first.
No.
Someone from America sponsored Amy last
Nice.
night. Paula has been sponsored. Paula Griffin.
Nice.
Jess
Blair.
Ward has been sponsored.
Blair has as well.
Blair Hamilton has been sponsored. Emily has been sponsored. And Hayley Farmer has been sponsored. And we've also got a list of people that are looking to sponsor some other players.
Nice. I've seen lots of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are emailing us. You can email us at info@trukunitedfc.com if you want to sponsor one of our players for the season. It'd be really good, and we'll just help fund us and Truck Listens, and get your money and sponsor a player. So that's other news with TRUK United. We've also got, as you all may have seen from our Twitter this week, this is kind of exciting that we're going to have a team of solely transgender men.
Yay!
Amazing.
So yeah, we've got enough players now to field a squad of trans men. Shall I announce the manager tonight?
Oh, go on.
Shall we?
I want to know. I want to. Do they know? Yeah.
I can't. That's not me. No.
Is it me?
The trans man team.
I know.
You just want to be in there, don't you? She just wants to be in the showers, don't you?
Yeah. Of course she does.
I mean, it's historic. I mean, it's another historic match because the only time another team has put out trans men was in India, wasn't it?
It was.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the
Awesome.
only, so it's never been done in Europe. So we're going to have a team of trans men because we just put on there. We TRUK United is a club, but we've got lots of teams. We've got our fully inclusive team. We've got our trans women team, which will be playing other matches. And we've actually got some lined up, but I'm not divulging them over air
It's a
just
secret.
yet. But there are some other matches lined up for the trans women's team.
The history-changing trans women team.
Indeed,
Yeah.
yes, the history makers. We've got the trans men team, and then we've also got a standard women's and non-binary team and men's and non-binary team, which obviously includes trans
We've got
people.
teams for everything.
So yeah, we've got lots of different teams, and we've also, as you may have seen as well, we've entered the Clubs United League, which is a five-a-side league being played Tuesday nights in London, and that's for our women's team. So if you're interested in playing a bit of five-a-side, you can come and join us for that. And we're also pretty much just waiting to sign on the dotted line for a men's five-a-side league in Chingford, which will be played Thursday nights, which is kind of exciting as well.
I think it's all exciting.
But
isn't
yes, we've got a trans men team, and I kind of thought, well, whilst I managed a fully inclusive team and the trans female team, I didn't think it was right that I managed the trans men's team. I think that that it needs to be a man that
Quite
manages
right.
them. So I have approached someone and asked them if they wanted to become manager.
Have they agreed?
Yeah, never done managing before.
So don't keep us in suspenders.
So
Bum bum bum.
Arthur Webber.
Oh, amazing!
The manager
Get in,
of
son.
our trans men's team. We are at the moment looking for suitable opponents that we will, to play.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be announcing a match very, very soon for our guys. So that's
Awesome.
gonna be, yeah,
That is going to be
amazing.
so good, isn't it?
And that will
Yeah.
be the first time in Europe that a team of trans men have taken the field.
Fantastic.
And do you know what? This is another example of, yet again, trans radio going above and beyond, because, I mean, you could have just stopped at any football team, and you're doing football teams for all different genres. And as we pointed out this week, you've got people like the LGB Alliance, so-called alliance,
We're going to get onto them.
who do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And you're here.
Well,
Once again, breaking
we're not
something
finished,
new.
Yeah, we're not finished there.
I know.
We're looking at a youth team as well.
Yeah.
We've got lots of youth players that are interested in playing.
And
And we're looking
Pan-disability
for a
team.
pan-disability team.
Oh,
I did tell
amazing.
Phoenix that the other day. I said, yeah, get ready.
Oh, you're going to have to play
That'd be great,
Phoenix. Yeah.
Phoenix the cat. So yeah, we're looking to field numerous teams and even a walking football team, because I'll tell you why that one is, because I had a player contacting me and
A walking football
Yeah.
team.
Yeah,
there's
that's the
a
thing.
Well,
When you walk, you don't run.
You're not allowed
Right.
to run. You have to walk, and it's for people that can't run.
Yeah.
That's
Or-
really good.
It is,
old,
yeah.
and old people. And we had somebody that said they wanted to. Oh, I'd love to play if only was around 35 years ago. And I was like, well, you can still play. We've got a 60-year-old in our squad. And I was like, oh no, I'm 68. I can't run. Well, you can walk, so we can have a walking football team. And
Yeah.
there is a thing. There is a walking football league. So yeah,
Amazing.
that's something else.
Wow, that
we're
is
looking
Just
really good.
all the things.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that. I think
Yeah.
that's fabulous.
So we're trying to cover. I don't want anyone to say I'd love to play football, but I can't. So we're making sure that we've got teams for everybody.
So again, whilst everybody else is excluding people, we're including them.
We are indeed. We're including everyone, and all of our teams are open for everyone. We're not excluding nobody. Everyone can play for any of our TRUK teams.
Nice.
That's
Awesome.
good.
Go
See,
TRUK.
there's a little update on TRUK United.
Wow, I think is that covered all of the TRUK United news?
Yeah, I could talk about TRUK for the whole show.
I'm sure you could, but
yeah.
let's talk about some other things as
Let's talk
well.
about some other things. So,
What other things should we talk about?
LGB.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
What film is that?
Yeah, Jungle Book, I think. Yeah.
Yes, let's
Oh,
talk
don't
about
start that
LGB
again.
Alliance.
Well, we've managed to upset LGB Alliance or impress. I don't know which way to look at it.
Well, I think it has been really good. It's been very interesting seeing everything unfold over the last couple of days, actually. On that. So, do you want to explain?
Well, so anybody listening at home that doesn't know, LGB Alliance are being. There's an attempt to have their charity status stripped off them by mermaids. I don't want to call it a court case. The case is next week, or starts next week, or I don't know how long it will take. Because they're a rubbish charity that don't do anything for anybody, and spend most of their time on exclusion rather than inclusion. Yeah. So we thought we would capitalise on
the message,
showing what we do compared to the LGB Alliance, who are given money and charity status. And I just compared what they don't do and what we do.
What we do.
What we do. And what we do is a lot more than what they don't do.
So what is the first thing that we do?
Well, you're testing my memory.
Should I read it? So the first thing that we do that the LGB Alliance don't do is that we have a global radio station run by and for the LGBT plus community.
Yeah.
The LGB Alliance doesn't.
No, and have no interest in doing so, because obviously they're about excluding as many people as possible. I think mainly they're about excluding the LGB people.
Yeah. I mean, they're inclusive for trans people as long as that's because that's all they talk about. If you think about it that way,
they don't understand.
No, I know they don't.
Trans people can be LG or B.
Yeah, well, again, let's just remind people at home listening.
To be fair, there's lots and lots are.
Yeah, so they admitted in court under oath that the only figure they could give on their membership or subscribers is 7% lesbian, and that was as far as they could go, which means roughly 93% are going to be heterosexual, because if they had figures on gay men, they would have given it.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
100%. Yeah, of course they would. Yeah.
So
I mean, 7% is still a massive embarrassment.
Yeah, but again, Trans Radio and all the affiliated organisations you've got is if not 100%. Yeah, LGBTQ plus,
which is again something. And the other thing that we've got that the LGB Alliance doesn't have is Trans Radio already runs a successful helpline for the whole LGBT plus community called TRUK Listens. Yeah. The LGB Alliance doesn't.
No.
Although we did have a weird tweet to that, though, didn't we? They do want one, but they can't. You know what they're going to do? Theirs is a conversion therapy helpline.
Well, basically, yeah.
That's what it will be. Is ring this helpline, and if you are trans, we'll tell you that you're not, and that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And we'll send you to somebody that's going to do conversion therapy.
And they've been given money by the National Lottery.
I know, which is horrendous.
Community grant.
It is horrendous. So, and unfortunately, although we did say successful, and it is successful, but it's sadly successful. We'd rather that nobody was ringing.
Do you know why I said successful? You and I were at a protest, and we had somebody come up to us who noticed that we had TRUK Listens on one of our items.
Yeah.
And it was just so lovely how she just thanked us and told us how it changed everything for her, and her words was, I think something like, it saved me.
Yeah. We've received a few messages
TRUK
actually through.
Saved lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whilst we've had phone calls from somebody, obviously they need to stay private, but have got issues with their makeup or something like that, or just need someone to talk to. They're sitting at home and they just, because everybody needs to talk sometime, which is the tagline.
Yeah.
The other side is we have saved lives. TRUK Listens has saved lives, and that's a fact.
We've had a few people message us as well saying thank you as well, which is just
breaks our hearts to hear that people are in that position, but also fills us with pride that we've got this service for people that has saved lives, and it has.
And just to repeat, LGB Alliance doesn't have that.
No. In actual fact, that is one of their
polar opposite.
Well, one of their supporters today was just on our Twitter, and was saying about, oh yeah, we know what that sort of helpline it is. It's you'll be sending out binders and giving advice on how to get around the system to get fast track to hormones and surgery.
No, we're a helpline, not a doctor's
and it's like
surgery.
we're not we're there to be there. We've got trained counsellors that are on that phone. You know, it's not just anybody's going, oh yeah, we get you on, you say you're trans, we're going to do. No, that's not our job. Our job is just to be there to listen. That's what it's called, TRUK Listens. You know, so that's really important. Another reason is that Trans Radio has the Twitter account LGB with the T, that stands up for the whole LGBTQ plus community online.
Lots of
protests, to speak, and at protests online through all the social media to speak against the creeping withdrawal of existing rights and laws. Now, the LGB Alliance doesn't. They don't have anything that sticks up for the whole LGBT
and in fact,
community.
I've seen tweets from them where they say stuff like, "We don't believe gay people should be allowed to get married."
Yeah,
I mean, what?
But they got Baroness Nicholson, who is anti-LGBT rights.
Everything. She's voted against anything to do with LGBT people, and they're proud to have her as a supporter. Yeah. Can you imagine?
That's just horrific. So then, of course, we've got the football team. So it's Trans Radio. And in actual fact, it isn't really Trans Radio. It's the TRUK group, really, I feel.
Yeah.
It's not just, the radio has its place. The football team has its place.
Yeah.
TRUK Listens has its place. The activism account, LGB with a T, that a few months ago we brought into the TRUK family, and several people help run that as well. So the onus isn't on just one person, which is great because you get,
and all different genders.
It is, and it's great because it's a very active account on there as well. The LGB Alliance wants conversion therapy abuse to remain legal and try and make trans kids gay, and that is one of the things. Trans Radio, or the TRUK group, is 100% against conversion therapy abuse on anybody at any time. And I think that's really, really important. You've been very quiet, Jason.
Well, I mean, I've been busy working. I've not really got involved with all the conversation this week, so.
So the LGB Alliance.
Well, I'll tell you, with the I spent occasionally I dip in and have a little jump on the old LGB Alliance bandwagon, and I had a little few comments to make to them this week on my own personal Twitter, and of course the replies I got back were just having a go at me about how I look overweight. Yep, thank you. How I'm ugly. Okay, thank you. And they were all from cisgendered men or women.
Of course it was.
It was not from, and I was just picking it up because my point was, they're old Kate, who's the managing director of LGB Alliance, put out a little video saying, trying to get more money for the LGB Alliance so they can fight mermaids. And I was just like, all they ever do is fundraise. It's all about money. And I just said, I bet you had some great holidays, didn't you? Because all this money that they're getting in, I mean, they're not paying it out on lawyers, so I think the National Crime Agency needs to have a look. Because if if you're raising £500,000 and you're losing every case,
but just think what that money could go to. If we had £500,000 fundraised for the TRUK group, the things that we could spend that on would be
Bahamas.
just do an LGB Alliance, just go and have a holiday.
Yeah,
but we wouldn't, and that's just the point. We would spend that. We'd support other charities. We'd make sure that we were self-support. Support for the TRUK group, and make sure that'd be okay. But it'd be also about supporting other charities that haven't got the funding. Investing in LGBT shelters and things that are going to be doing good for the community.
And let's not forget that Alison Bailey is also a founder of LGB Alliance, and she's already just been given over £500,000 by crowdfunding and lost. And
only one that beat Stonewall that week was us.
Was TRUK United. It was.
Guess what's going to be on my new thing tomorrow? So, I mean, all those brainwashed people will now be giving the same money again.
And it's people that don't have that money as well. I mean, it goes back to, another one of the statements we put out again over the last couple of days was the LGB Alliance lied by calling Alison Bailey's partial legal success a landmark victory. However, we immediately informed everybody that this was a success for Stonewall, and is not legally recognised as a landmark ruling.
Just like Maya Forstater, who announced hers to be a landmark ruling, and when you go to the Law Court's website, it says it's not a landmark ruling. So
it's just all the time, isn't it? It's just they're just battering away at everything, and it's just unbelievable.
It's one of those. They're just going to keep telling lies until people believe it.
And they do.
And
and people do believe it, which is part of the problem.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of reasonably sane people will see them for what they are.
Well, you would hope so, but I don't. Yeah.
I think there's people that do get taken in by it. Because and I think we've discussed this before, because it's a cult. And the way that they get people.
Oh, did you say cult?
Yeah, I did.
You said it before. I didn't realise you said cult.
Yeah. Well, it could be mistaken for something else. But yeah,
they are a bunch of cults.
Yeah,
it's their cultish behaviour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they are a cult, and the way it's all about brainwashing. And I've said before, we've spoken to people that were gender critical,
and they've admitted they were brainwashed,
and they have said, looking back now, they can see it was they preyed on their insecurities, repeating the same thing over and over again, which is exactly what it's all about, isn't it? That's what brainwashing is. Yeah. So they just do my head in. They really do, because their supporters they just dig in on everything, absolutely.
But
everything.
we've got a whole heap of these on LGB with the T. Go and have a look, and share them if you can, because it turns out that the LGB Alliance were either upset or impressed, because they're starting to do their own now.
Yeah.
Yes, they're starting to do reasons why.
The finest form of flattery, right?
So they're all crap.
Well,
of course they are, but the point.
Today's was we've made a film.
I mean,
me and I've made a film a few years ago.
No, that won't see the light of day.
Oh my days! Well, there's something you don't hear every day.
I'm just saying.
It was actually I think it was a series.
Oh my days!
Giving all our secrets away.
I know, right?
But it's the way that they've just suddenly today come out with they've done the same thing, #1, which is exactly what we did. It was the #reason1.
They've got 30 coming out. Number 1 was we made a short video.
Whoa.
We can say we've got a YouTube channel.
Yeah. So
we can counter all of these.
The other 29 are as good as this first one.
Oh, we're going to have fun. We're going to have so much fun countering all of these, because they're going to give us so much ammunition to use on our Twitter account.
They will,
to go
absolutely.
back. So we've got 30 days of fun. I can't
wait to round off your summer.
We will be. It's going to be fun, most definitely. I mean, they were going on about Tavistock today as well.
Let me just jump in on this. By the way, we will be doing the announcing of who has won the kit and the scarf very, very soon. This is Trans Radio UK. It is 26 minutes past 8 Thursday evening. In conversation with us all.
It is.
I hope you're enjoying it. Anyway, Sonia Sodha.
Uh-huh.
All right, calm down.
Yep, I know. Sonia.
Sorry, I just have to say this. This is Claire Green in the chat room. I have to, because she thought she'd found a loaf named after Alison Bailey, but on closer inspection, it just said thick cut.
Classic.
I just love that. That's so funny. That's really tickled me.
So anyway, Sonia Sodha is a liar. She's written something today for the Times.
Am I going to throw my phone at the screen?
Hopefully not.
I'll take hold of that. I'll save your phone.
Yeah, strap her in. If only
she'd like it. That's the problem.
She'd like it. Yeah. She's got a big smile on her face
now. Off my wheelchair.
She's like, please. If only the Tavistock and Portman had listened to its own whistleblowers about its appalling levels of care of children, rather than, as an employment tribunal found, subjecting them to institutional vilification. And the headline is, the Tavistock Gender Clinic to be sued by 1,000 families.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I'll join in.
Tavistock
No, it's not.
Gender Clinic to be sued by 1,000 families.
No, it's not.
Lies.
Tavistock Gender Clinic to be sued by 1,000 families.
I think what's happened there,
Sonia, you're a liar.
I think her finger slipped on the zeros.
Yeah.
I think there may be one.
Maybe one.
Yeah.
But we countered that and we went back because if you actually read in the article, it's saying thousands of children have gone through the Tavistock.
Yeah.
There is this shady firm of solicitors that have...
They're ambulance chasers.
They're ambulance I was trying to think of the right terminology. Yeah. They've jumped on the bandwagon thinking, there's a buck to be made here. So they're saying, we'll put together a case and we will sue the Tavistock. Yes, there's thousands of patients that have gone through the Tavistock. Yes, and there will be thousands that are unhappy, but not unhappy because of what they got. They'll be unhappy because of the waiting times
and society
and everything, and everything else,
and the government,
and all the other
LGB
things.
Alliance.
But they're going to sue the Tavistock that won't exist.
No.
So what's the point of that?
And let's just remind me, Avril, is the Tavistock closing down?
No, the Tavistock is not closing down.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because funny enough, the Tavistock, it's a bit like a gremlin where it gets water and it splits into many.
Oh, right.
It's going from one into many hubs around the country.
I mean, that almost sounds better.
It sounds very good to me.
That sounds like there's going to be shorter waiting times.
There will be.
I mean, it's going to be in hospitals where better to get your care from.
Yep. It's going to be better with regional hubs that people can get to easily, not everybody having to go into London. So, and that article has said, they said people may, on one side of it they're saying people may sue it, and then in the other bit of the article it had a line saying about how horrendously long the waiting times were to get. So 1 minute they were saying, they're giving too quick access to hormones, which is why they've been shut, and then there's another line in the same article that says, but the waiting times were horrendously long. Hang on a minute. Which is it? Is it long and they're not getting them, or is it short and they're getting them really quickly?
And as you rightly pointed out, it doesn't say anything about 1,000 families going to be suing. It said there's, as you said, 1,000 families have gone through the service. They haven't asked how many of them are happy, unhappy, what with, what about. In the same way that we know detransitioners mainly detransition due to either money or society. When it comes to them being who they are, they were perfectly happy with that. So it's all just smoke and mirrors.
It is, all of it is, and it's just
sounds like a dodgy nightclub.
Really disingenuous,
isn't it?
Isn't it?
Our DJ
really there. Yeah, we know about that club.
Yeah.
But it is really, it's really bad. And today there were 7 articles in the Times targeting trans people.
That's about average for the Times, though, isn't it?
And what you need to remember, it's a smokescreen, because what else is going on? They're bringing up all this stuff about trans people while we're still worrying about cost of living crisis. There's still, you've got Partygate and everything. All this is coming up where they're trying to hide everything else behind in the smoke of all this, and that's what it is. It's just all smoke and mirrors. And also somebody on Mumsnet, I have to say quickly, they thought it'd be a really good idea to have a gender critical story time for the children.
I feel sorry for those kids.
You can tell they'll go and the kids will be told you can't dream to be anything other than what you are.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, but they took a minder with them.
Oh my god, it's just. But like I was saying, in that article they're saying, I'll give you the exact words. It says, children who claim they were rushed into taking life-altering puberty blockers. That's what they say. And then in the same article they say that they found teenagers suffering because they were being forced to wait for treatment. I mean, what is it? Is it one or the other?
Yeah, well, this is the problem. If they're being able to access hormone blockers, but not hormones.
I think we found the original problem for Tavistock. They were being rushed in too slowly.
Rushed in too slowly.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, sounds about right. Yeah,
Yeah, rushed in.
you should give them that. That's a good tagline. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chris has just said on the chat room, yes, Avril, but it won't work simply because most of the public don't care or want to know about trans affairs, but most do want to know about the energy crisis or climate change and the like.
Yeah, and that is true, and people do want to know about that. But what they're using is
so
all the media is about trans stuff
we'll give you an
to
example.
hide all that stuff.
I'm going to with Avril. I'm going to do this thing right. So we pretend we're the leaders going for the top
Oh,
spot.
sorry, before 1 second, Claire Green says that they only had 900 patients that were on blockers.
There you go.
So,
see?
yeah. So
1,000 families, Christ.
How can you have 1,000 complaining when only 900 were on blockers?
No. So this is what the leadership debate has been. Right, Avril, what are we going to do about the cost of electricity?
We're going to close down all the trans clinics, and we are going to change the equality law.
Perfect. And what are we going to do about all this woke nonsense that's going on?
What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that trans people have to use toilets aligned with their birth sex, not with any sex or gender they decide that they have.
And finally, what should we do with Russia?
I think what we need to do is we need to debate against children and hormones and blockers.
Brilliant.
Because it's just ridiculous.
When can you start? That's literally how it's been.
It is,
I've been watching them, and that's just word for word almost.
Shocking.
Just leave us alone.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, Chrissy says yes, that's the media, but not people in general. But the problem is, Chrissy, is they are hiding all the important. They're not addressing and answering the important things.
Absolutely.
They are using the trans debate as, and there shouldn't be a trans debate. They're using it. I mean, look what happened. What's her name? Suella
Braverman.
Oh, you mean Sue Ellen?
Sue Ellen, whatever.
Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, because we shouldn't be.
She hasn't changed her name. Has she?
I mean, we're not allowed to sort of pacify anyone with calling them the name that they want to be called, their chosen name. So they must be called their birth name.
Which toilet did she choose to go in?
Oh gosh, who knows? But
yeah,
Sue Ellen.
That she's just stood up and made a statement that is totally in breach of the Equality Act about
she's done too.
About trans children.
Yeah.
And she's now putting all those children in absolute dire peril.
Yeah.
It's she's everything she was saying is wrong. I think unfortunately it's going to take somebody's going to have to challenge it in court.
Yeah.
But
the problem with that, Avril, is Mayor Forstater did. And she lost, as we know.
Yeah, but we need somebody the other side. So we need somebody to deny those things.
But they're still going to make up lies out there.
They will. They make up lies all the time. And
but so Sue Ellen, I repeat, Sue Ellen Braverman, she's done 2 speeches, and one is against trans kids, and then yesterday's one, I think it was against trans adults.
Yeah.
It's all the trans's fault. God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you've got Liz Truss as well, who's rolling back.
Claire Green's just saying about Liz Truss that she may do a U-turn on the conversion therapy for gays and lesbians.
Yes.
I mean, how ridiculous. I mean, it's
so
ridiculous.
It is if you don't know what that's about. So there was a something that was leaked. It wasn't a document, but it was leaked, saying that Liz Truss is going to do a U-turn.
Well, no, it wasn't even a lead document. Ian Duncan Smith, who is her
advisor, isn't he?
Like a public advisor.
Yeah.
He did a public speech that you can see anywhere, where he says that she's going to do a U-turn, and he's announced that as an official thing. Yeah,
that she's going to do a U-turn on conversion therapy. So we need to remember at the moment that trans people are still excluded from that conversion therapy ban, so that's never come into force. But now they're saying that Liz Truss will do a complete U-turn on it, and they're not banning any conversion therapy whatsoever.
And I've got a question for Jason. So we were talking just now about Sue Ellen Braverman, and we're saying it like that because, again, like Liz Truss, she doesn't think that we should be allowed to pick and choose our own names and stuff. What's Liz Truss's real name, Jason?
Oh, you mean Mary Elizabeth Truss?
Mary Elizabeth Truss. So again, another person who says you shouldn't be allowed to pick and choose who you are.
Changing her name
again. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The trouble is they're causing so much damage because there are people that aren't versed and don't know anybody that's trans.
No.
Yeah.
They read things that are on social media.
I would be horrified if it wasn't me. If I
and they
wasn't
read
trans,
things in the newspapers, and they will read that believing what they are seeing, and they wouldn't question it because they've got no need to question it.
And this time they didn't need to put it on the side of a bus.
No.
Amazing.
But it's just absolutely, a ridiculous state to be in. It really is. And it's like, I know, for example, my mum, sadly, my mother is a Daily Mail reader. Because of her age, it's the age range that they are.
Don't use age as an excuse.
No,
my granddad's not a Daily Mail reader.
My mum is very, very
not being funny,
stuck in her ways.
Have they always been like this? Because I mean, when I was
I think that it's just more trans. I think because
I suppose they get, but I just
don't forget over time, Lucy, they've been bought up by Murdoch. A lot of them, like the Telegraph, Daily Mail, all now belong to Murdoch.
So it's all about
bankrolled.
Yeah, so. It is. It's you read. My mum reads a headline, and she doesn't necessarily read the body of what anything is. So she will read that headline. She's done it for years.
Well, tell her instead of using the Daily Mail, she could try Andrex. They're quite soft on the touch.
I have tried, but she's very, very stuck in her ways.
Yeah,
and it's
my mum reads it as well.
You know, so there we go. It's not just my mum. I've tried. My dad doesn't read all that sort of stuff. My dad uses social media. For 88, he's really good. He does social media. He's always sending me little snippets of things, but it's not those sort of things. It'll be about, how salt is bad in your diet, and they've proven this medical research. And
apparently that's trans people's fault.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Did you not know?
Yeah.
No, all the salt problem is trans people.
Yeah,
I mean, I take responsibility for like 90% of that.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm quite salty.
I'm waiting for them to say about the level of hormones in water.
They've already said that. I can't remember what it's about, but they said.
They said about it was about the pill.
Isn't that with the fish?
No, they said about the pill.
They said about the reason there's a lack of HRT for cis women is because there's so many trans people in HRT.
Yeah. Well, there is so many.
Oh, it reminds me, I need to put new patches on today.
Yeah.
Sorry, thanks for
it's just a cisgender woman you've stolen them from.
Yeah.
Give them back, Lucy, you thief.
I know. I've actually got quite a few boxes. I have excess stock.
Nice.
Chrissy, of course they're hiding because they haven't got a bloody clue what to do about climate change, energy crisis, etc. So let's pick on trans people.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, all the energy bills. It's just because they're lining their own pockets. They've all got interests
that's
or
a little
friends.
bit unfair. I read E.ON today only managed to make around 6 billion in profit.
Oh, is that all?
So
gosh, that's not really going to go very far, is it?
No,
6
British
billion?
Gas was
No.
Who was it? Was it British Gas that announced their results last week?
EDF.
There was one that
EDF.
announced like record
ridiculous.
profits.
Yeah, and
but
Shell, Gary.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It is they've all of the politicians, all of the Tory politicians have all got links to, in one way or another, energy companies. I mean, Zadawi was one that was on like the board of directors and got paid off hundreds of thousands of pounds.
And we will add here that Jason is being factual. We don't Transradio.
We don't make stuff up.
Doesn't follow a particular political group. We would be the same thing if it was Labour doing it or if the Lib Dems doing
definitely.
it. But Jason is actually saying facts here and just pointing out the connections behind the government and what's going on today.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was earlier this year, or maybe end of last year. It wasn't all that long ago, but France put a 4% energy cap. 4% price rise on energy costs,
and they're now one of the lowest.
And exactly. And we can't come anywhere near that. And the reason why is because it will dent their own pockets.
We do need to watch this space with Sue Ellen Braverman, because she has also told everybody that we should be.
I keep thinking of Dallas.
Yeah, Sue Ellen Braverman.
Sorry.
She was a murderer then, wasn't she?
Oh, careful now. That's slander, that is, Avril.
No, there's no direct correlation.
Yeah.
Just saying.
She has announced that we need to be leaving the European Court of Human Rights because it is affecting their ability to be able to hurt us. To be able to have their own laws. Yeah, so that is the next target, I think. Yeah, is going to happen.
Yeah, they've got a lot to do in only 2 years, though, because it's.
Well, what I will say to anybody listening, so we're not
doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom is they tried this in Australia and just failed miserably.
They really did, because they used the trans debate. All the politicians.
It mirrored it. It mirrored us.
It went down. Yeah, they were being anti-trans. They were saying about single-sex spaces. They're going to keep them safe and everything
they
else.
Had it in the bag.
And they really thought they were going to win.
Yeah.
And they lost spectacularly, didn't they?
Majorly, and it was put down to they admitted that they should have left the trans debate alone.
Yeah, but didn't win them anything, and it won't win anybody else.
No. Should we move on to something a bit more cheery now?
Yes, we're gonna just go to some adverts.
Oh, adverts? Oh, that doesn't sound right.
Okay, we won't bother then.
Yay! Victory!
Winner!
The advert cabal.
Yeah. We will play just this one, and we will be back in just a second. It is 8:44. You're listening to In Conversation with the crew here at Trans Radio UK.
Transform Laser Hair Removal, specialising in low-cost services for transgender and non-binary people. Find us at www.transformlaser.uk or call 07485 467 158.
And this evening's winner is...
And the winner is... So, we've been running a competition for the last... Oh, it's really dark in here.
I know.
It is really, it's gone really dark.
Suddenly just gone really dark, or is it me?
Who said that?
Hello, sorry.
Let there be light in the studio.
We're just trying to save money.
God, I can't see now. I'm blind.
No, the cost of electric.
See, trans people using up all the electric.
Shouldn't you be using candles or something?
But that's a waste of matches.
You can light 1,000,000 candles with one candle.
We can.
Oh,
right.
I like that.
Sorry, I just see this.
It's a bit of a loving going here.
This makes me laugh at it. So a couple of things. Chrissy, tell you what, peeps, come to Spain. Trans people are treated better here, believe me. Well, I've got to say, Chrissy was going to Spain for a couple of weeks. Oh, God knows when.
And never came home.
She's not
she's moved out
coming back.
No, she's moved out.
Yeah, and she said to me
back.
recently that Spain are still passing trans inclusive laws even now. They're still going for it, and Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm a racist, a homophobe, and a transphobe walk into the bar.
It's a Tory conference.
The barman says, "Usual, Liz."
I like it.
That's one of Claire Green's.
Oh, thanks, Claire.
She does.
I think you'll find her name's Mary.
Yeah. Mary Elizabeth.
So anyway, we as you just heard, and the winner is on 9 days ago. Yeah, we did a competition on Twitter where this was on the TRUK United Twitter, where we asked people to A, comment, B, like, you know where it's going, isn't it? And C, make sure you're following us as well as retweeting it. And you do all that because we do it because we want to get more followers, so that's good. So when we get to 3,000 followers, we're going to have another one. We did this because we said when we was at about 1,900 followers, we said if we get to 2,000, we'll do a competition. Pleased to say that we've got to 2,000 and we're up to 2,155. So if you're not following us already, make sure you do at TRUK United FC. But also you need to follow LGB with the T, you need to follow Trans Radio UK, and you need to follow TRUK Listens. Please go and follow all of our different socials. And me, Lucy Clark Ref, while you're at it, if you want.
And me, Jason Potts.
Yeah, and me, Avril Clark.
That's not actually my handle, but you know, just follow me.
So yeah, do go and follow, and make sure that you do go and follow all of our socials. But yeah, go and follow TRUK United because we are flying with our followers. And I have to say, any other football clubs that are out there listening, which I'm sure there's probably one or two, I'm really impressed because we've only had our Twitter since January 2021. And yeah, we didn't play our first match, did we, for till last September? So we've not even been, a year since our first match, and to be up to that, and this is not being disrespectful, but there's other clubs in our same kind of position, that have been going for like 5-10 years and have not reached that figure.
Well, I imagine they don't really make use of their Twitter accounts in that case, because generally, if you make use of something, then you do.
I'm not being disrespectful.
I mean, that is also something that happens. So
it's not, but
be careful.
I'm impressed by how our Twitter has grown for
I've
football.
noticed that all of our socials,
TikTok has just blown up, because what I did on TikTok, I put all of our statements about what we do that the LGB Alliance doesn't do.
But Trans Radio, TRUK United, they're all. I mean, it's nice to.
I'm really impressed with how all of them are growing. But obviously, the football's the one that I'm on the most. Yeah. It's lovely seeing it grow and seeing that people are supporting us. Because really, let's be honest, if you're trans, you should be supporting us. Yeah. Anywhere around the world, wherever you are in the world, if you're trans or non-binary, you should be supporting.
And at the moment, where people are being excluded from sports, we're saying, come and join us.
Come and play for us. Yeah. So anyway, we've been running a competition. We said when we get to 2000, we're going to do a competition to win a TRUK United kit. And we're also going to chuck in a limited edition Dulwich Hamlet scarf. We had 114 comments, 170 retweets and 257 likes on this posting over the last 9 days, and we've left it down to JP to put them all into a hat and pull out a chicken dinner.
Yes. Well, I've gone through and made sure that people that have done all of the things that they were required to do were
our adjudicator
in the list. Yes. And trust me, I'm honest, Gov.
Yeah.
In it. So without further ado, I shall pick one lucky winner at random.
Oh, is it going to be me?
Definitely not going to be you. I didn't put your name in the hat. I saw it and I thought, nah, I won't put that in because I'm nice like that. I'm only joking. Anyone that has done all of the things that they were meant to do. So here we go. Without further ado, the winner is Jamie. So on user on Twitter, Jamie, a trans man on prep. You are the winner of a fantastic new TRUK United FC kit.
How are we spelling there?
OH. Jamie, JAMIE.
Yep.
Nope.
We're just doing some magical wizardry here in the studio.
I'll find it. I was just trying to get it, be super on the ball and all that, as we announce the winner, to get it out there.
There you go.
Okay.
Have a thing.
JP has passed us the bit of paper with their name. So well done, Jamie.
That's well done.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
Absolutely. I hope you like your new kit.
Everybody's loving the kit, aren't they?
They do love the kit. It is a fantastic kit.
They are, and everybody's doing lots of voting on that new one as well.
We had a rugby group team,
Stags.
London Stags.
Lucy, wasn't it?
Yes, London Stags.
Yeah. And they came over and they just absolutely loved the colours and the design and the fact that
they were very jealous. They were very jealous.
Yeah.
That's right. We're going to be doing an interview with them.
Oh, nice.
Fairly soon. So
fantastic.
What, with both of the ones that were there? With the tall one?
I think you have a vested interest. Phoenix did rather like one of them, didn't you?
Oh, he was. Yeah.
He was
indeed.
Very good. Yeah. So let's do some good news as well. So let's talk about Wickes.
Oh my goodness. And actually, I mean, Wickes did a fantastic thing, obviously. Let's not forget that it also led on to find out that when all the... Actually, you explain what happened first, and then I'll go on to what that led on to.
What, the float?
Well, yes. So
Wickes did the Pride in Brighton, and they had a massive float on there. So they had one poster which was rainbow and said "Ban conversion therapy for all" in capital letters, and then they had one that was on a trans flag that said "No LGB without the T."
Yay!
And it says "We stand by our trans siblings now and forever."
Did you know I used to work for Wickes?
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah, when I was like 15.
Love Wickes. I love a DIY.
Yeah,
company.
when I was like 15.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I worked at Wickes in Exeter.
Is it slave labour?
Yeah, because I got another. I quit there and went to work at McDonald's across the road because they paid like £1 an hour more.
Yeah.
No, so and that was fabulous.
It was,
But
and
the fallout from
well,
that
well,
was...
I don't even think. I don't know. I think a lot of people have
the fallout was more
appreciated it.
funny, I think, because they did the usual "I'm never shopping at Wickes again. From now on, I'm going to B&Q."
Oh my gosh, that was
Who was a
hilarious.
part of the Stonewall Diversity Champion scheme.
And they had a stall, didn't they? There was a stall with
Yeah.
with B&Q and all the rainbow
Yeah.
Stonewall things
Yeah.
on it as well. But what the press did was, and I think it was the Telegraph, so there was a picture that was on social media of the float that had no LGB without the T, and it also showed the other flag that said ban conversion therapy for all. And what the Telegraph did was they cut the picture and they only did the bit of the picture that said no LGB without the T. They didn't include the conversion
so they
therapy
made
because
it
I
into a
think
one
so. They
topic,
made it
yeah.
as a one topic thing
Yeah.
rather than an all-encompassing several discussions that were about that. So it was that again. They were
Well,
manipulating the.
I don't need
media.
to ask Kevin this, but I think he would call them cockwombles.
I know, they were so funny. I was
Beg
listening.
pardon.
I was listening to him on the G&T show on
Yeah.
Sunday, and he had a few to drink because he'd been at Brighton Pride, and he was quite fluid with some of his language, but he was really hilarious
Yeah.
because it was really good because you were getting the honest.
Yeah.
You know, he's normally quite composed about when he
Well,
does
what
his
I've decided
shows.
I'm going to do for future, because obviously that's every Sunday night at 9 p.m.
So you're going to get him drunk every
I'm
week.
going to fit in with a intravenous drip
drip. So he can
connected to his favourite tipple.
drip. That's it.
Yeah,
He likes wine.
but yeah, no, that's. I mean, yeah, brilliant.
That
Absolutely
was brilliant. And also today we had on Twitter the fabulous NatWest Bank.
Yeah.
So NatWest are sponsoring. What they've said, their tweet says, "We're proud to sponsor this year's Trans Festival. While we're there, we'll be joining a panel to talk about how businesses can support the trans community
Oh my goodness.
because everyone is welcome." And they have a lovely thing. It's got trans colours on it. It's a GIF that they've put on Twitter. It says, "Be part of the change. We're proud to sponsor this year's Trans Festival." And it's got trans colours on it. It's got the pride flag on it. And it's absolutely
And
fabulous.
I think Jason's got another one.
Another one?
famous person that's come out in support.
Oh.
I quite like this person.
Oh, I very much like this
I mean, I know you do, yeah. So Russel Tovey, who's I think I remember him best from. I can't remember the name of the show now. That's really terrible, isn't it? The one with the vampires and stuff.
Yeah, so
Shoot, what was it called?
Something live, was it?
Oh,
Being
I think we'll just pass on that.
Anyway, he was really good in
he's
it.
been in a number of things. I think he's been in Doctor Who as well, hasn't
indeed,
he?
yeah.
His name Russel Tovey.
And
Yeah.
Russel Tovey, Tovey.
Oh, he's lovely.
Yes, he is absolutely lovely, and he's tweeted out, "No LGB without the T. Fact: your phobias don't count. Why not spend your energy treating others with respect? Be kind and be nice and do good things. The world is so effing dark. Why not be a light on this rocky road?" Which I think is absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
And he is just a lovely human being.
But it is time for. It's beyond time. I always say this. But for
Being human.
Being
human, well
Yes,
done.
it is.
Sorry, it just came to
You're
me.
amazing.
Thank you, I know.
For organisations and people with spotlight to speak up,
It
stand
is,
out.
and that's what you need. I
Yeah.
mean, the CEO of Wickes actually posted on LinkedIn as well this week
Oh, fab.
about what they've done and how he supports that. He also has joined the Trans in the City Allies group
Amazing.
on LinkedIn as
brilliant.
well.
Brilliant.
And Trans in the City have brought about, they've got various streams,
Sure.
but what they've done is a stream specifically, a group on LinkedIn about trans allies,
Okay.
which are for trans allies in business, and I'm part of that group.
Fantastic.
And I'm seeing that grow
Yeah.
every day, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. So
lots of good news coming out then.
there is good news.
Do you know what?
There
I think
is.
is happening at the moment is I get told off for using this word, but sometimes people are just stupid, so should be called it. But the stupid people, the gender critics, I think are pushing a little bit too far in the stupidity section, and people are starting to go, wait, what?
Yeah, hang on a minute,
Yeah,
eh?
wait, sorry, they did what? I mean, it just seems strange that all of a sudden organisations and people are going, no, enough.
Yeah, and it is enough. And it's just, yeah, they're doing too much. They're just getting more and more ridiculous with their claims, the things that they do. It's just, it will get worse. We have said it will get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
And I think we're near the worst.
One day they're going to be apologising to us in Parliament the same way they did to gay people, the same way they've done about conversion
they did
therapy.
about Section 28.
They did about Section 28. They've done about army people who were struck off for being gay.
Will we get compensation?
I don't think it'll happen in our lifetime.
No,
but at this moment, just leaving us the hell alone would be lovely.
Yeah, I think we'd all just appreciate that. Yeah. Just shut up and go away.
That's priceless.
Honestly, I'd swap that.
No, I think it's really, really important, and I think, and I said it last week, and I will say it again, is it's important if you are a cisgender ally to the trans community. You really, really do need to be there, and you need to speak out. I think now is your time, and it's really, really important that you do that.
And on that note, now is your time. This is Trans Radio UK. You've been listening to In Conversation with myself, Lucy Clark.
Myself, Avril Clark.
Myself, Jason Potts.
And yourself, Phoenix.
Hope you've all enjoyed the show. Thank you all for tuning in. The hot news off the press in the last hour is TRUK United FC will be playing Selhurst FC in the National Affinity Cup. And a big, massive well done to Jamie.
Yay!
Who's won a TRUK United kit and a limited edition scarf. We are already in contact via Twitter. So yeah, Jamie, your kit will be with you very, very soon.
So coming up next,
we
got Tara with Scar Reggae and Two Tone Show. Then we have at 10 o'clock the Shelley Jane Extravaganza. Ganza. At 11 o'clock we have Theodora that is doing a pop-up show for us. And then at midnight it'll be DJ Susie B spinning the decks.
Good lineup.
Right, that is it. So we'll be back next week.
And thank you to everybody out there in Listenerland, everybody in the chat room.
Listenerland.
Yeah.
Listenerland.
Thank you.
Try not to miss us too much.
Yes. We'll all be back very, very soon. Thank you all for joining us. We are all out of here. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Goodbye, everybody.